comfortable posture. This could be sitting, lying down, standing up, whatever is going to most support a good balance of ease in the body and alertness in the mind. The dog is doing a very good job.
Next.
He's increasing our joy.
Yes. So arriving in this moment together, I invite you to take a few deep breaths, filling up with air and releasing, making any adjustments to your posture that will help bring more ease. I invite you to check in with your body. What is present in this moment in the body? Tuning in to any vibration, emotion, sensation. Might be reverberating from conversations, from listening, engaging, just noticing what's present right now. It may be supportive to ground into the connection with the earth, really feeling contact between our bodies and the floor. Maybe that's the feeling of our feet resting on the floor or on the cushion. Maybe it's the sense of our body weight resting on a chair or cushion, really feeling our body making contact, inviting the sense of gravity, of the way that gravity is acting on our bodies, securely attaching us to the earth, creating a solid connection that is there for us all the time. Noticing any settling that happens in the body when we tune into that connection. Noticing if that settling extends to our emotional or energetic bodies. Noticing if there's settling present in the mind. Inviting in a sense of ease and relaxation in the body. Scanning to see if there is place in the body, place in our awareness that's feeling some ease right now. Even if it might be just in our toes. Or maybe it's extending to our calves. Sense of settling in the lower body, settling into the earth. Inviting in a sense of spaciousness with the in-breath. Inviting in a sense of relaxation and settling with the out-breath. I invite you to pick a point of focus. Maybe it's the breath or a sense of contact. And let that be a place to rest your awareness. Knowing there's nothing to figure out right now, nothing to plan or engage the mind with. In this moment, the invitation is just to rest the awareness on that point of focus. If it's available, I invite you into a sense of bringing your own kind awareness to your experience right now. Inviting in the sense of care. That I care about my experience right now. Can we really receive the attention that we're giving ourselves? That presence and attention that we sometimes find ourselves longing for. Is it possible to feel the way that we're giving that to ourselves in this moment? If there's any tenderness, any emotion that might be present in our body, is it possible to just hold that in your kind and caring awareness as you would if it was a child or an animal coming to you with some sadness or some hurt. Extending that care. I care about my experience right now. I'm here for this experience. I'm not going anywhere. to check in, noticing what is the quality of awareness, presence that I'm offering myself right now. Is there room to move more towards a sense of kind, caring attention? We know how to offer this kind of caring presence and attention to those in our lives. Can we extend that to ourselves in this moment? Knowing we have this capacity. May or may not feel available in this moment, but inviting it in, making the invitation to feel the pleasure of offering care and compassion, kind attention to the parts of ourselves longing for that attention. An invitation to feel the comfort and regulation that comes with receiving this kind attention, this caring. I invite you to notice also if there's any gratitude or appreciation that feels available. Appreciation for this attention, this presence. Is there a part of ourselves that's also grateful to receive our attention, to receive the trustworthy, steady presence that we can offer through our practice? And offering ourselves any gratitude or appreciation that arises for that caring attention. I invite you also to notice if there is support and regulation that you're receiving in this circle from practicing with others, practicing within a web of relationship. Just inviting a noticing of how that support feels, or that sense of settling or regulation feels in the body, if it's available to you. And if it's not available, just inviting it. Inviting it in. Perhaps it will appear in the future. And extending gratitude and appreciation for that support. Gratitude to each person who's shown up here for this practice today. Gratitude to the web of relationships in this room.
Whole narrative, right?
A whole narrative, whole persona, whole person, or, around this core belief of damage and sadness, and yes, and pain.
Yeah. Hold on. Anyone else over in this corner looking for folks who maybe haven't shared as much today? No pressure.
Right. Well said.
Nothing, no big insights, but just the second question: who do I become in response to these thoughts? I just started to care about the beliefs more. It was, I think, I have trouble caring about my own experiences, my own sadness, and I was just like, well, who do I become sad? And I'm like, oh, but these are really sad. This sucks. It just helped me see it in a different way.
Yeah. Beautiful. Anyone else who hasn't shared? Who wants to share?
I will, but I'm waiting for Talia to get back. So.
Oh, yeah. And also, Michael, you had your hand up.
I don't want to share. We don't have much to share other than we saw clearly we can see this pattern, but we're still not able to intervene on it.
Right.
It's like, we can describe it in this great detail.
We're pros at a pattern, if
So,
any.
I mean, is there some secret magic wand we discover through meditation that breaks that? I don't think so. But it's like
Fade net, when you notice the fade net.
I just think there would be a way to break it, Michael. We'll talk about that later. I mean, not that I have done. I just think it's somewhat, there are ways.
Can I input?
Sure.
So part of it is recognizing it. So that's the first part, is to recognizing that this is a limited belief. And then when we see that, then when we are not gripping it as the absolute truth, then it has less energy. And right, so then it has less gripping. And then there's this whole process of beginning to recognize that this limiting belief came as a result of a whole series of conditions.
Yeah.
Okay? That it didn't spontaneously land, but that it's there for reasons. And that and then a cognitive framework that it's not the whole story, that it is a belief that comes and goes. And so it's at this point for me in my own personal practice where I work it from both ends. I work it from the end of looking to see how I can switch this limiting belief with something that's a little bit healthier, a little bit more positive, a little bit more connected to reality. And then also working it from recognizing that from a transcendent perspective, that this is just like a cloud passing through the sky, and that who I really am is the sky, So when I work it from both sides, I try to get leverage wherever I can on either end of this spectrum, shifting a negative limiting belief to something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit more positive, a little bit more congruent. And then just recognizing a limited belief is a belief. It comes and it goes and it doesn't have any solid substance. But who was it that was talking about, in a Buddhist philosophy, the idea is that we are, original nature is luminous, this luminous clear light knowing, okay? Well, most of us live with the idea of original cesspit, that if we scratch the surface more than a tiny micromillimeter, what we get is this endless cesspit of filth, you know? So rather than having the idea of original luminosity, we have like the idea, a basic belief of original filth, that's who we really are, and if anyone actually saw us, that's what they would see, you know? And again, there are reasons why that is there. That didn't spontaneously just arrive, and it's not just a coincidence that that's something that people far and wide share in this culture, okay? And it's still a belief that is limited, that we can begin to identify as not the actual truth and the whole story, and begin to find ways of getting some leverage underneath it.
Yikes. Isn't that the original sin story?
The original
Yeah.
sin. But Protestants.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
yeah.
You know, it's the original sin, but we've taken it to a level of,
Yeah, even without being religious necessarily,
Right.
you still have it.
we
Yeah.
have it, and we've taken it to a level of like crippling ourselves that is more than the original sin doctrine actually like speaks about. Yeah.
The gang's all here.
Thanks everyone for that inquiry, and we're gonna wrap up with some metta practice and then a little bit of a somatic practice.
So for this metta practice, I'm going to do the opposite of, rather than ask you to sit up, I'm going to ask you to be in whatever posture that is the most relaxing and peaceful that you can put yourself in. And so if you need to make a nest and get on the floor, or put your legs up on the chair, or any of those combinations, please. You might need a pillow or something.
It's pretty good.
Is there any chance we could turn these overhead lights off?
We can totally turn
They're
the
right
overhead
over
lights
there.
off.
Here, I'll get them.
So just make sure, however you are, that you feel really rested and relaxed. Whatever that looks like.
Oh, thank you.
Let's do these ones too.
These ones?
Yes. Thank you, Robbie.
You're too young to know who Sergeant Friday is.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And so as we're settling into wherever we are, however we are, just feeling the ground underneath you holding you and supporting you. And just let your body flop. So this is not a time of keeping yourself upright. This is a time of really letting go, relaxing. And letting your weight melt into whatever's holding you. The cushion, the chair, the floor, the pillow. So feel yourself being received. It's not about you making it happen. about you receiving what's there. This holding that's already there. And as you feel this, let your muscles relax. And as you let your muscles relax, allow your mind to rest. Rest in just the clarity of knowing, support. Ease, comfort. So you don't have to place your attention anywhere. You let your attention rest, relax into this field of knowing. This field of knowing. Clear and luminous. Present, awake. And in this clear, luminous field, you can notice what you notice in your body. Weight, size, shape, pressure, temperature, density, lightness. But all of this arises in this luminous, clear light of knowing. And there isn't anything that you have to do to make your body different or better or good. And there is no bad, there is no wrong. Body is. Awareness receives. Just like the floor and the couch and the cushion and the chair is receiving your body. Now in this room are all of us sitting here. Warm space, connected together. So we're not relaxing in a vacuum, we're relaxing into a space where we've been together practicing inquiring with precepts, with integrity, with aspiration. So we can further trust that what we are relaxing into is safe. That we're not alone. We're not having to do it by ourselves, figure it out on our own. We're here together. Now this luminous, clear, loving awareness extends past our body, through the room, past the room. It doesn't have an edge to it. It's not even limited by time. And we can see when we relax into it that the thoughts that we have arise and are received by this clear, loving, luminous, embracing awareness. Just like the clouds passing through the sky are received by the sky. They're not outside of the sky, beyond the sky, separate from the sky. This luminous, loving, clear awareness this luminous, clear, loving awareness is something we can lean into and know, taste, feel the results of, notice the impact. In our body, in our heart, in our mind. And it is vast. Just like the sky is vast. There's no cloud that has ever passed through the sky that has changed the sky. There's no thought or belief that we can have or have ever had that fundamentally shifts this luminous, clear, loving awareness. That remains unbroken, untarnished. Cohesive and whole. No matter what we have lived through, no matter what we have thought, and no matter what we have believed. Luminous, loving, clear, and embracing awareness. That is what is present when everything falls away. That's what's there when we stop believing in our separateness, when we see limiting beliefs as limiting beliefs. When we lean into the witness rather than the content of our experience. And so allow the loving quality of this luminous, clear, loving, embracing awareness to come into focus. Loving, embracing, warm, connected, present. And let it fill you. Like a golden pot of warm, rose-scented water. Pouring into you, filling your toes and your legs, filling your pelvic floor and your torso, moving through all your organs and your bones and your vertebrae, moving through your heart and your back and your shoulders and down your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your hands, pouring in, filling up your neck and your throat and your face, your eyes, behind your eyes, and your whole head. This loving quality of awareness that touches you, your body, witnesses you, sees you, fills you. And as you feel this in your body, allow it to move into your heart, your moods, your emotions. Let it touch your thoughts and your memories and bathe you. There isn't anything you have to do. Letting this loving quality of awareness do you, hold you, touch you, embrace you, suffuse you, warm you, heal you, mirror for you your wholeness that has always been there. Your beauty, your goodness, your integrity, your generosity, your aspirations. Letting yourself be received by the cushion, the couch, the floor. This isn't about doing, getting, or getting rid of. It's about resting in what is already there. And there might be some parts of your body or some parts of your heart or some corners of your mind that are resistant. It's not easy to let it in. And when we notice that, when we see that, when we feel that, just need to remember that the conditions that set up the resistance is not your fault. And that too can be embraced with this loving awareness. That all of the conditions that set up the resistance is not your fault. So feel your fingers and your toes and wiggle them. Maybe stretch a little. And if you're on the floor, you might want to push yourself to one side. And feel your body coming into the space. Hear the sounds. Sitting upright if you're on the floor, if that's available to you. And just very, very slowly opening your eyes. Very slowly. Just looking around and seeing that we are all in this together.
as a closing practice before the dedication of merit, moving from that beautiful heart space that we cultivated together, I'm going to lead us in a practice of belonging in somatic extension. So just taking a moment to check in with yourself about a beautiful quality that you hold, the beautiful quality that's part of your practice. That's something that you are bringing to your practice and bringing to the world. Maybe it's love or faith or joy. One of those beautiful qualities that we practice with. And how this is going to work is you're going to speak the beautiful quality into the room and allow yourself to extend from center. So that's taking the motion from center, extending that beautiful quality into the room. So it might go something like this. Waiting to feel that beautiful quality engage from within. And love. And as you extend, and you can do this for those who are witnessing, you can extend energetically if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to raise your arms in that way. But so as I'm extending love, we're going to extend with the person. Yeah, you got it. And so it's really an opportunity. The somatic practice is to feel your extension and then feel yourself in community and belonging and in relationship. And also we're extending towards that future that we're practicing towards together. So we're just going to go around, and so it's an opportunity for each person to speak their beautiful quality, extend, and then others will extend with them into the room, and then bringing the hands down back to the lap, and we'll move to the next person as a way of creating that meta field together of those beautiful qualities that we're practicing with. Does that make sense? I'm so in meta land right now. It's okay, good. Will you start us out, René?
Mm-hmm.
Amanda, can you say again, was there any guidance about what particular beautiful qualities?
Just anything that's really arising for you in your practice. We're referencing back to that earlier practice we did of 1, 2, 3 space. Like if there was something that you really were feeling your embodiment in today. But it can also just be a quality that you're cultivating or that you want to bring forward into your day, into your week. Any beautiful quality. Is that helpful? Okay. That you'd like to be witnessed in as well, because part of this is being able to feel the power of the collective, of support and of community and everyone aligning with what it is you're practicing towards and with. All right, let's give it a shot.
Compassion.
And can you allow yourself to feel that quality of compassion that René is extending towards us as a collective body?
Strength.
And for the speaker, can you take in this room of people who are extending towards your longing, bringing their heart quality in alignment with yours?
Coziness.
What was it?
Coziness.
Can you contact coziness in this body, in this moment?
together. Well-being.
Contentment.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Original goodness. Kindness.
Commitment.
Intimacy.
Relaxing with what is.
Graciousness.
And trust. And can we return this feeling back towards ourselves of having been met today in community, in our longings, in our practice, and what becomes possible when we are seen, allow ourselves to be seen. And sharing in this goodness. Thanks, everyone. And I'll say where that somatic practice comes from is that, have you ever seen a little kid? They just raise their arms, right? With the expectation that they're going to be met. And then, y'all seen little kids do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the somatic feeling that we're going for, is the extension and then being met in the extension.
Because when my granddaughter goes, uppy.
It's just like this. It's deep in our somas. Right?